Welcome back to another deep dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek, but my friends call me D-Ruck. Welcome to another reaction, checking out NF. If you want to jump right in, I have the timestamps in the description below. If you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to the channel. On this channel, I'm taking a deep dive into philosophy, psychology, meaning, and valued living. Basically, we're taking a deep dive into some pretty deep music. So we're using lenses like mindfulness, resilience, purpose, personal values, narratives, mindsets, basically everything that we can use to design and live a meaningful life, including appreciating the upside of life and learning from and getting through the dark side of life. So thanks for joining. Hit subscribe if this is the kind of thing that you like. If you've been here before, welcome back. Certainly glad you could make it. If this is interesting to you, give me a thumbs up. That's an indication to me that this is valuable to somebody. I don't run ads on this channel. I think that the advertising model is largely hijacking attention, and I think it's problematic. So if you want to support this channel, there might be a thanks button down here. If there's not, sometimes there's not, and I can't figure out when it's there and when it's not. So you can support me there. We kind of think of that like a tip jar. But you can also buy me a beer. You can support me with micro donations, Patreon, things like that. You can see those in the links below. With NF, I tend to go through these videos twice. The first time through is what I call raw reaction. You'll see that in the timestamps. And this is as if you told me, hey, you got to check out this video. And you sat me down in your living room and I watched, or at your computer and I watched the video, just straight raw reaction. I go through a second time. If you want to continue with me, that's where we have some commentary, see if there's anything that we can learn. So without any further ado, let's stop wasting time and let's get into Clouds. This is the first, I think is the album called Clouds, but I've moved on from the search. So I'm into the realm of NF that I've never heard before. I only knew search. So let's check out Clouds. This reminds me of DreamWorks, where the guy's sitting on the moon, fishing.
Calmly feel myself evolving, appalling, so much I'm not divulging. Been stalling, I think I hear applauding, they're calling. Mixtapes aren't my thing, but it's been awfully exhausting. Hanging on to songs as long as daunting, which caused me to have to make a call I thought was ballsy, resulting in what you see today. Proceed indulging, as always, the one-trick pony's here, so quit your sulking. Born efficient, got ambition, sort of vicious, yep, that's me. Not artistic, unrealistic, chauvinistic, not those things. Go the distance, so prolific, postal cryptic, move swiftly, unsubmissive, the king of mischief, the golden ticket, rare sight to see. I stay committed, embrace the rigid, I'm playful with it, yeah, basically. Too great to mimic, you hate your bitter, no favoritism, that's fine with me. Create the riddles, portrayed uncivil, unsafe a little, oh yes indeed, it's plain and simple, I'm far from brittle, unbreakable, you following? I'm Bruce Willis in a train wreck, I'm like trading in your car for a new jack, I'm like having a boss getting upset, cause you asked him for less on your paycheck. I'm like doing headstands with a broke neck. I'm like watching your kid take his first steps. I'm like saying Bill Gates couldn't pay rent cause it's too broke. Where am I going with this? Unbelievable. Yes, yes, inconceivable. See myself as fairly reasonable, but at times I can be stubborn, so if I have to, I will rock the boat. I don't tend to take the easy road. That's just not the way I like to roll. True things probably unfeasible. I've done already a hundredfold. A hundredfold is probable that I might press the envelope. Ideas so astronomical. Sometimes I find them comical. Yeah, incomparable. Replay value phenomenal. Beat selection remarkable. Slowing me down impossible. I don't rock no rollies. I don't hang around no phonies. I don't really got no trophies. I don't know why God chose me. Got something in the cup, ain't codeine. Changed my style, they told me. Now they come around like homie. Man, y'all better back up slowly. Back up slowly? Who are you kidding? How could you doubt me? I've always delivered. Ripping the teeth out of the back of my mouth. The close you get to my wisdom. See, my initial thought was the way, but what can I say? I had to come visit. Check on you guys. You doing alright? You're yearly socked. Yeah, that's what I figured. They cover their heads up whenever I drop. Shake the whole industry, put them in shock. Come out the clouds like a meteor rock, then land on the earth like ready or not. Ain't no one like me to cream me the crop. Don't even okay, I admit it, that's over the top. Not there in the headlight looks every time I step my foot on the ground. I get mistook for a lame with no weight to his name. Ground just shook, let's not beat around the bush. Even my B-sides throw him off like how's he do it. Some say I'm a great influence, I don't know about that, but I did do the best I could. Hollywood, Hollywood, hope Nate doesn't go Hollywood. You think that you don't know me good, you think that you don't know me good. Hollywood, Hollywood, hope Nate doesn't go Hollywood. You think that you don't know me good, you think that you don't know me. I always advance, say how I fail, you know I stand. Raising the bar, I gotta expand. Top of the charts, I'm setting up camp. Pounding my stakes, I put on my tent. Shoot for the stars, they fall in my hand. Stick to my guns, I don't even flinch. Can push all you want, ain't moving an inch. I rarely miss.
He's not actually on a road, is he?
No way to prevent it. Just who I am, and I don't regret it. See what I want, then I go get it. Follow my gut, I'm happy I did it. Beat all the odds, I ain't got no limits. Can it be stopped? You paying attention? I ain't gotta say it. They know where my head is. They know where my head is.
Is he on a road? Clouds the mixtape. Okay, so that he said something about a mixtape in there, in the first part. That was an incredible video. Incredible video. Those transitions were amazing. Amazing. I'm excited to check this one out again. And I'm sure there's a lot of Easter eggs in this one. So help me out. Tell me the ones that I should have got. You know, I'm going to go through again, obviously, but tell me what I missed. Tell me what that stuff's interesting. I love when you all comment and tell me about the little things that I missed. So let's get it again this time with see if there's anything we can learn. Here's that first transition. He's in the clouds, and then he's on the couch.
Calmly feel my
Oh, good. Like it's spot on. The editing is amazing. So now he's in this house, kind of in rough shape.
self-evolving, appalling, so much I'm not divulging. Been stuck,
Hold on.
appalling, so much. Calmly feel myself evolving, appalling, so much I'm not divulging.
So he feels like he's evolving, he's growing, but he's not. He's keeping things to himself. It sounds like, and that one of our core needs is self-expression. Is you got something to say. One of the top regrets of people on their deathbed is that they didn't speak up. So there is part of us that needs to be known, be heard, and he said that he's not divulging a lot of his life.
Been stalling, I think I hear applauding. They're calling. Mixtapes aren't my thing, but it's been awfully exhausting.
I hear them calling. So if I hit the right order, and which I think I did When I Grow Up. At the end of When I Grow Up, he grew up to be a rapper. He fought. He to put in the time, played shows for 2 people in a garage, and then bam. So the show. But then at the end of that, he looked exhausted. He looked tuckered out, so to speak. And now he's saying, I think I hear them applauding. Like, do they want an encore? That's how I'm taking it.
Applauding, they're calling. Mixtapes aren't my thing, but it's been awfully exhausting.
So a mixtape, what does that mean in his context? A mixtape to me was back in the 80s when you could record right on a cassette. So you could hit record and you could take something off of all your different tapes, or you could record from the radio, but that blasted DJ would always talk in the beginning or the end of that song. And then your tape got stuck and you had to get the pencil, and like get the tape back into the cassette. So that's to me what a mixtape is. Or in the CD days, you kind of cut a CD, you mixed a CD. So what does he mean by mixtape? Is it, I don't know, it's not a greatest hits, like it's not his songs from old albums that he put together, is it? Or it's not like a mix of other people's songs. I'm curious if you all know what he means by mixtape.
They're calling. Mixtapes aren't my thing, but it's been awfully exhausting. Hanging on to songs as long as daunting, which caused me to have to make a call I thought was ballsy.
Having to hang on to songs, which caused him to make a call he thought was ballsy. I don't remember if I heard the first time if he tells us what that call is.
Song is daunting, which caused me to have to make a call I thought was ballsy, resulting in what you see today. Proceed indulging, as always, the one-trick pony's here, so quit your sulking. Born efficient, got ambition.
But why is there this fridge in the field? But it's, I mean, every transition, I'm gonna tell you I'm amazed by it.
Always the one-trick pony's here, so quit your sulking. Born
One-trick
efficient,
pony.
got ambition, sort of vicious. Yep, that's me. Not artistic, unrealistic, chauvinistic, not those things. Go the distance, so prolific, postal cryptic, move swiftly, unsubmissive, the king of mischief, the golden ticket, rare sight to see. I stay committed, embrace the rigid, I'm playful with it, yeah, basically. Too great to mimic, you hate your bitter, no favoritism, that's fine with me. Create the riddles, portrayed uncivil, unsafe a little. Oh yes indeed, it's plain and simple, I'm far from brittle, unbreakable. You following? I'm Bruce Willis.
I accidentally paused right at this transition. Oh, that was a Bruce Willis reference to Unbreakable the movie. That was good. So he's not saying this word, but he's resilient.
No favoritism, that's fine with me. Create the riddles, portrayed uncivil, unsafe a little. Oh yes indeed, it's plain and simple, I'm far from brittle, unbreakable. You following? I'm Bruce Willis.
I'm far from brittle. So that's interesting. So there's a book's called Anti-Fragile, which is a different way to say post-traumatic growth, but you can think of brittle. There's things that are fragile. Glass, say, if you hit it, and in fact, using his reference, Mr. Glass was the antagonist, Samuel L. Jackson in that movie. So glass is brittle. If you stress it, it's going to shatter, it's going to break. Resilience, think of like a stress ball. If you stress it, it comes back. It comes back to normal, or what it was before. So that's resilient, the ability to bounce back, the ability to get back to normal. Post-traumatic growth, or anti-fragility, is growing from it. You go to the gym, you rip up your muscles. That's what you're doing. When you lift weights, you are ripping your muscle. You are stressing your muscles, which is also why you need rest, because they'll grow back stronger. So that's anti-fragility. That's post-traumatic growth. That's getting better from stress. That's getting better from trauma. That's getting better, out of the ashes rises whatever you are. So anyway, that's a whole thing to say that we need practice. We need practice being stressed. We need practice with hard times, because we can't get better at anything without practice. And it's hard to see it when you're in the middle of it, but if we don't work out our muscles, including our psychological immune system, we're going to atrophy, and then we're going to be brittle. But he's saying, I'm far from brittle.
Oh yes indeed, it's plain and simple, I'm far from brittle, unbreakable. You following? I'm Bruce Willis in a train wreck. I'm like trading in your car for a new jack. I'm like having a boss getting upset cause you asked him for less on your paycheck. I'm like doing headstands with a broke neck. I'm like watching your kid take his first steps. I'm like
So he has all of these stupid things to do. Your boss is upset because you asked for less money. You're trying to do head spins with a broken neck. But watching your baby take a first step, because it's going to fall, maybe. That's the stuff, there was a time when you didn't know how to walk. Right? And if you tried and you fell, and you tried and you fell, you might even cried, you hurt yourself. Maybe you landed on your finger, and never once did you say, well, I guess this walking thing just isn't for me. No, you had to keep falling in order to learn how to walk. You had to keep falling in order to learn how to ride a bike. So I wonder if that's what he's in the ballpark of what he's talking about here.
On your paycheck, I'm like doing headstands with a broke neck. I'm like watching your kid take his first steps. I'm like saying Bill Gates couldn't pay rent because it's too broke. Where am I going with this? Unbelievable.
That's that NF style that I love so much, when he stops and either talks to us or talks to himself or talks to another part of himself, like an alter ego. I love that. It's like, where am I going with this?
Where am I going with this? Unbelievable. Yes, yes, inconceivable. See myself as fairly reasonable, but at times I can be stubborn. So if I have to, I will rock the boat. I don't tend to take the easy road. That's just not the way I like to roll.
Never take the easy road. A lot of reasons for that. One is you could have grown up with beliefs, schemas, or scripts that say people like us don't take the easy road. There could be something back to the anti-fragility stuff where the easy road will make me soft. Or maybe I like the challenge. Or maybe I've had no choice, but I'm not going to stay where I was and there was no easy road. So that's never even been an option for me. I like his wall, or his hand stuck in the wall. What happened here?
I will rock the boat. I don't tend to take the easy road. That's just not the way I like to roll. Shoot things probably unfeasible. I've done already a hundredfold. A hundredfold is probable that I might press the envelope. Ideas so astronomical. Sometimes I find them comical. Yeah, incomparable. Replay value phenomenal. Beat selection remarkable. Slowing me down impossible. Rock no.
He's talking about all the things that he does well. God damn it, I think this is interesting because I've paused nearly on every of these transitions, but I think that's because it was profound enough. So it's like a tension and release kind of thing where we're building, and I think, oh, I got to talk about that, and then bam, there's the release, there's the transition into a different part of the song. That's interesting because you got me every time.
Rollies. I don't hang around no phonies. I don't really got no trophies. I don't know why God chose me. Got something in the cup, ain't codeine. Changed my style, they told me. Now they come around.
They changed my style. Is this the record label? I think there's a couple songs that were about record label.
Me. Got something in the cup, ain't codeine. Changed my style, they told me. Now they come around like, homie, man, y'all better back up slowly. Back up slowly.
I see. Okay, so he's saying, way back, probably, what was the video where he's on a plane, a busted out plane? I'm totally blanking on what that was called. But that song, in the context of what does it mean, was how the record label said, you can't be so dark, you can't be so, could you please change? And so now he's saying that the super common theme that you see of people who succeed is, yeah, you should change your style. Oh, wait, no. This worked out really good. Thanks for not changing your style. You're my friend now. I've seen this before in other songs. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not going to remember it. But, oh, no, it's right there. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it used to push me away, but now that I'm successful, they want in, or they want to be my friend all the time.
Now they told me. Now they come around like, homie, man, y'all better back up slowly. Back up slowly? Who are you kidding? How could you doubt me? I've always delivered. Ripping the teeth.
The transition, the music changes again. So that's interesting. So he's got different parts of the song connected by these transitions. So in each part of the song, he's in a different space. One was his dingy apartment. That transition to being in the woods. And I don't know if these have any meaning or not. Being alone in the woods, he leaned on the tree and fell into a grocery store or supermarket. Something happened and he got hit by a football player. And then he punched the ref. So what's the football field? I mean, he punched a ref and ended up in somebody's house who thought he was an intruder. And then he walked out of the door and now he's in a burning house. So, do any of those mean anything? Is this his mansion? his house burning down, his mansion burning down? Or am I stretching? Am I reaching here?
Slowly.
I forgot about the bar. So somewhere he left the house, tripped, and got into the bar. That's right.
Who are you kidding? How could you doubt me? I've always delivered. Ripping the teeth out of the back of my mouth. The closer you get to my wisdom. See, my initial thought was the way, but what can I say? I had to come visit. Check on you guys. You doing all right? You're yearly socked. Yeah, that's what I figured. They cover their heads up whenever I drop. Shake the whole industry, put them in shock. Come out the clouds like a meteor rock, then land on the earth like ready or not. Ain't no.
He just keeps going around like eating food. He grabbed an apple out of his apartment. He grabbed somebody's burger at the bar. He just took somebody's drink here.
Like me to cream me the crop. Don't even front it and give me some props. I'll pick up your body and throw it a block. Okay, I admit it, that's over the top. Not there in the headlight looks. Every time I step my foot on the ground, I get mistook for a lame with no weight to his name. Ground just shook, let's not beat around the bush. Even my B-sides throw him off like how's he do it. Some say I'm a great influence. I don't know about that, but I did do the best I could. Holly.
Sounds to me like there's some reluctance to accept praise. It's like there's a poet, Rudy Francisco, if you're interested. He's got this line where he says, I take my compliments like I take my coffee. I don't drink coffee. I love it. But I can resonate with that. A lot of people, I think, resonate with that, which is, I just feel icky when people praise me, especially if something comes naturally to you and people praise you for it. It doesn't feel like you're doing much. I don't know if that's the case here, but you're an influence. He says, I don't know about that. I did the best I could, but I don't know if it says what you're saying it is. So it sounds like there's a little bit of reluctance to accept praise.
How's he do it? Some say I'm a great influence. I don't know about that, but I did do the best I could. Hollywood, Hollywood. Hope Nate doesn't go Hollywood. You think that you don't know me good? You think that you don't know me good? Hollywood, Hollywood. Hope Nate doesn't go Hollywood. You think that you don't know me good? You think that you don't know me? I always advance. Say how I feel.
I completely forgot about the road. I thought that he was going to end in the clouds like he started. I completely forgot about this. And I think he fucking... Language. I think he actually is on a road. Does that mean he shut down a stretch of the road and hired a bunch of people in cars? Or this is some incredible special effects if he's not actually on the road.
Don't know me good. You think that you don't know me? I always advance. Say how I fail, you know I stand. Raising the bar, I gotta expand. Top of the charts, I'm setting up camp. Pounding my stakes, I put on my tent. Shoot for the stars, they fall in my hand. Stick to my guns, I don't even flinch. Can push all you want, they moving an inch. I rarely miss, you know I'm relentless. Ain't got a choice, no way to prevent it. Just who I am, and I don't regret it. See what I want, then I go get it. Follow my gun.
Jeez, this is intense. But I don't. What did he say? It's just who I am. I don't regret it. That's interesting. You know, I brought it up earlier. I'll land the plane on it here. There's a book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, where somebody who worked with Bronnie Ware is their author's name, worked with people who were on their deathbed, and she learned that most people regret some aspect of their life, and they tended to fall into 5 categories. One of those I talked about earlier was I didn't express myself. I didn't have the courage to express myself. People need to feel heard. The first one is I didn't live a life that was true to myself. I lived a life that others expected of me, or I did things that I thought I was supposed to do. So they were inauthentic, basically. And he says, that's just who I am. That's my authentic self. I'm not going to regret it. So he's the opposite, which is also callback, I think, to when I grow up. Might not be the best of my fill, but I guarantee that I'm going to die real. So I'm not going to die with regrets. And here, this is just who I am. I'm not going to regret it. Interesting stuff.
Prevent it, just who I am, and I don't regret it. See what I want, then I go get it. Follow my gut, I'm happy I did it. Beat all the odds, I ain't got no limits. Can it be stopped? You paying attention? I ain't gotta say it. They know where my head is. They know where my head is.
Look at these license plates. Bravo, bravo, well done. Um, tell me what I missed. Tell me what brings you to. I mean, this is an incredible video. It was well done. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what I missed. Tell me the Easter eggs. Uh, tell me what to keep in mind as I move into the next one. And I'll see you next time for that NF journey.